Hey, yeah, what's good, everybody? Quay Mexican, Quay Auntie, Quay Bonnet, Quay. Today, we'll be looking at Breaking to the School Night for Test Answers, Part 2 by Yo-Yo, 808, and Heartbreak. Uh, we looked at the first one, really enjoyed it. Ready for the second one? Let's go ahead and hop into it.
This is a part 2 video to my Breaking into School at Night for Test Answers video. So if you haven't watched part 1, I strongly suggest
Man,
that you
left
do
us
that
on
so
a
you can get
cliffhanger,
better
bruh.
understanding of this video. But if not, here's a clip from part 1. The light in the room turns on. I feel the coldest chill down my spine. Oh, what? That didn't make sense and you don't get the plot of the first video?
Well, watch it.
Yeah.
Watch the first
Click
video.
the eye and watch the
Facts.
The noise gets louder, louder, and louder. The locked door unlocks, the door swings open, and then I'm greeted by the last person I expected to see. Not a random teacher,
Janitor?
not Mrs. B, not the principal, but a janitor who
How did I know
wears
that?
high heels for some reason. That doesn't seem very practical. She looks at me and says, hey, you are not supposed to be here. This door was closed, and I'm sure your principal would not like this. What is your name? And for goodness sake, what is in your hand? Hand? I looked down and realized when I panicked earlier, I just ran to the door without putting the test that I stole.
Dang.
Where it was supposed
She
to
better
go.
not snitch,
I look
though.
at the janitor, but instead of showing the immense level of dread and fear in my soul, I tell her, "Who's stealing test answers? What? I'm actually in that after school social studies class over there, and I realized that I left my homework and was just getting it.
Is she gonna fall for it?
Okay, well, go on then. She signals me out
Eh?
and I leave. While still holding on to the test because I had to. I told the janitor that it was my homework. What was I gonna do? Put it back with her still there? So I take it and hide out in the bathroom and wait for the janitor to leave. Because there is no way that I'm stealing this test from a classroom and taking it home. That is a whole new level of trouble that I don't even want to kind of deal with.
Yeah,
So I
that's a
waited.
wrap. And I'd imagine they have cameras, though.
Waited.
Because they usually do in classrooms.
And waited. This lady was definitely shooting for Employee of the Month because she was going to town, man. She was cleaning that room forever. I waited so long that my social studies class actually ended. So I'm peeking out of the bathroom, seeing everyone leave the school, the hallway lights turn off, and I'm just like,
Dang.
did she run out of Fabuloso? Like, what is taking her so long? About 15 more minutes pass, and finally, she finishes, and I book it so the
Yeah,
lights
she's
just
trying to
turn
get
off
that
and on
award.
again. I put the test back and dip. I go home, drop my book bag at my bed, and think, I just snuck into a classroom after school hours, stole a test.
I mean, honestly, you just gotta do what you gotta do, bro. You gotta do what you gotta do. I gotta get this A somehow. You feel me? If that means cheating, hey, it is what it is. As long as I don't get caught, I'm good.
Got caught, lied my way out of it, and came out untouched. I'm really about this life, yo. I need a teardrop tatted on my face like right now. I take all the answers from my phone and write them on a small cheat sheet and spend the rest of the night working on an animation. I for real have the answers, yo. What did I need to study for? I go to sleep, wake up the next day, and I genuinely feel hyped to take this test. I for real have the answers, yo. So I sit in my desk with the utmost confidence. The packet gets handed to me. I open the test, pick up my pencil,
It's a new-
and put the whole right back down because I did not know not one thing on the test. But yo, what's the problem? You for real have the answers. I for real have the answers
Why you
to
gotta
the
country-
wrong version of the test. The test that I stole was an A test, and I'm taking a B test. Since it was
Bruh.
dark and I was anxious when I broke in, I was too goofy to notice the difference between the tests, and now
It's over.
I just did all of this for nothing, and I'm screwed because Mrs. B is one of those teachers who make two completely different versions of the tests. So the answers that I had were completely
Hated teachers like
useless.
those.
Why does she have this much time on her hands? But I can't panic because once again, if I fail this test, I am not graduating. So I think of my options. I come up with a final plan. It's a risky
You gotta
one,
think of something, bro.
but I'm desperate. It's all or nothing.
Mrs. B's wrath.
So first I have to make it look like I at least kind of attempt the test. So I fill in answers, I start to write random numbers and equations on the paper, all over my scratch sheets and the show work boxes, everything. The bell rings and I walk up to Ms. B and tell her that I have 2 more problems and I ask if I can show up to school the next morning and get it done. Mrs. B, if you're watching this, you are the GOAT, man. She says yes. I leave and I head to
What?
after school
Bro.
US history class.
Bro, my teacher, nah. That wasn't a slot, bro. I wouldn't even gotten the chance to do it like the next day. Like I would have had to do it on the spot, Probably couldn't go to the bathroom, like nothing, bro. If I don't do it within that day, I just get an F. Like, South Carolina teachers were just built different, bro.
Unknown to her, I actually wrote down the test questions on a piece of paper. I then take this paper to the library, type them up, print them out, and take said paper to my after-school class.
This man is
because
determined.
the U.S. history teacher is also an ex-calculus teacher. Honestly, they should have passed me on my problem-solving skills alone. I tell my U.S. history teacher, I can't really remember her name, but I do remember that she was unironically built like the mom from Dexter's Laboratory, so I'll name her Mrs. D. I tell Mrs. D that I needed help on my calculus homework.
She was thick.
And bro, we sat there for 25 minutes doing every single problem. She showed work in everything, and I didn't know not one thing that she was doing, but I had it. I had a completed cheat sheet. I go home, I go to sleep, wake up the next day, and
do what you gotta do, bro.
I genuinely feel hyped to take this test. I for real have the answers, yo. So I sit at my desk with the utmost confidence. The packet gets handed to me. I open the test, pick up my pencil.
Another new test.
Put that hoe right back down. I'm playing. I take the test, finish it, turn it in, and walk out of the classroom. And I know without a shadow of a doubt that I passed. I go to the next class, sit down, and just look out of the window. I see the clouds.
I don't know how you didn't get caught.
Let out a sigh of relief and just relax. I was living in constant stress for like 3 days straight. I feel, it feels like this huge weight was just lifted off of my shoulder. Hi, is Johannes in this classroom?
Uh-oh.
What? Oh, Mrs. B would like to speak with you.
Uh-oh.
Instant fear fills my body.
You done got caught up.
Flashes of every incriminating act that I've done in the past 3 days just run through my head.
Yeah, that's never good. Like when you know you did something bad or did something wrong, and the teacher or they call you over the intercom, your name is specific, the whole government with the middle, it's a wrap, bro. It's GG.
No, I was caught. I walked down the hallway.
Walk of shame.
I look at the door down the hall, and it just feels ominous. I feel as if with every step I make towards the door, I get weaker and weaker. It was almost as if I was on death row walking towards the room that I would breathe.
Said death row.
I walk towards the doorknob, barely strong enough to twist it open. I know I messed up. I open the door, and I not only see Mrs. B, but
Yeah,
I
look at
see the janitor.
The janitor snitched, bro. Come on, bro. How did she even know his name, bro? Seriously, you gonna snitch on Black History Month? You gonna snitch on a fellow African American, a fellow person of color? That's tough. You like, yeah. As soon as he opened the door, you could just see the expression on their face. It's like, bruh, it's over.
Standing there too. Mrs. B looks at me. Ah, there you are, Yo-Yo. She grabs my test, looks at me, and I know that she knows. She then says, "Sit down. We need to talk."
Bro,
Psych.
I was about to say.
If I ended the video there, but no,
I was about to say, yo.
I sit down, I look at the janitor, I look at Mrs. B, and then... Anyways, you have a good one, B. You too. I will see you at the book club, yes? Girl, you know it. Have a good one. Oh, thank God they were just talking.
Snake, just ratted my man out. Just dirty, foul, filthy for that. Filthy.
Yo, I wanted to call you in and say, congratulations, you passed the test. I know it was stressful for you. Good job.
Oh, never mind. But, is there a but?
Oh, man, I thought the janitor snitched on me.
Okay,
I
cool.
was so worried. She hands me the test, shakes
All right,
my
cool,
hand, and I
cool.
go to head out. But right as I leave, yo, one more thing. She looks at me and winks. Make sure you thank Mrs. D as well. Man, shout out to Mrs. B. I'm sure she found out either by the janitor or the fact that I literally wrote random answers on the test.
Oh, so
I'm
she
sure she looked
she
at
did
just
know.
for them to magically be correct the next day. But maybe Mrs. B knew math just didn't click in my head, and she saw the effort that I was putting into passing the
that
test
teacher
and
cool for
decided
that.
to grade me on my
Seriously,
effort
she
as
cool for
opposed
that.
to my actual math skill. Or she just didn't feel like dealing with my incompetent ass 3 days before the school year ended. Either way, if it wasn't for her, I probably would not be here today. And yeah, that's the story.
Dang.
That is how I graduated high school.
Hey, that's dope. That's dope, bro. That was cool. Like I said, she probably was tired of him. It was near the end. She's like, hey, I'm just gonna pass him, bro. It just is what it is. It is what it is. That's dope, bro. I wish I had teachers like that though. Seriously, bro. Seriously. High school would have been a lot easier. Middle, like my whole school career would have been a lot easier, bro. But that's gonna be it for the video. That's breaking in my school at night for test answers part 2. I don't know if I'll be built for this, cause with my luck, I'm gonna get caught and I'm gonna fail and repeat and not get my diploma. But hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video though. If you do, you already know what to do. Quay Max, aka Quay, and I'm out. What did he say?